Hi, I'm Dad.
And I'm Matt.
And we had our 1,000 kilometer break-in period, Matt.
Are you excited?
Yeah, kinda, and I saved it for you.
Saving to try to hit red line, or
yeah,
you
so
gonna...
we can rip it today, and so let's get at it and talk about, first of all, things we like and dislike, and then we'll get to the drive coming up.
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay, let's have a look at the outside of the car. What we like, what we dislike. Go for it.
Yeah, so again, we're wanting to drive the car today. This isn't all about the outside, but we'll try to get through this as quick as possible for you. So we got the front grille. I really like the look of it. You can see the radiator below there, lots of airflow. One thing I noticed was that these pieces here don't have any air going through them, but my dad mentioned that these do go directly to the brakes right here, which is quite interesting. You got the hood scoop, we love the look of that. You also have the front safety features for driver crash avoidance and whatnot.
Yeah, the Honda Sense
here.
thing.
Yeah, and then also the camera at the back there.
Yeah, I really like the red badging on it. That's very traditional for the Type R. There's one there's always sitting in the back as well. We'll look at that in a second there. But my favorite thing of this entire car is that it has bespoke fenders and body panels. They come out wide. This is basically where the regular Civic would come in. These stick out, I think, 3 inches, something like that, wider. I love that flared look, and it's on the back as well. I think the door panels and the roof is all that is standard from carryover from the regular Civics. Tires, love the width of the tires, and these rims, they're beautiful. They're classy, they're matte black. They're not piano black, which I'm super happy about that as well. And even the mirrors, again, they got the piano black here, the piano black here. It looks really, really, really nice. Yeah, behind this front fender, there is airflow, I guess, to anticipate the heat and the aerodynamics of the car as well, probably. And I've found rocks hidden behind here. And so I know that eventually they're probably gonna end up hitting the door panel. So I have another episode, we're gonna be installing mesh in there and maybe a little bit of a flare and see if that helps and see if it works. Stay tuned. Coming around the back, once again, bespoke fender. Love it, love it, love it. Breaks down into this nice fender here. This again is just cosmetic. It does have the backup sensors for parking and forward, which the United States version does not. This diffuser down here, again, gloss black, but it's nicely designed, and I love the 3 tips of the exhaust, even though they kind of sucky sound.
You are avoiding the elephant in the room.
What elephant, Matt?
The most controversial part of this car. I've even seen a comment about somebody saying the wing is for kids and not for you. But the wing is the questionable part of this car. If you like it, you like it. I don't think there's a middle ground, really.
It's not as bad as the FK8.
No, it's definitely not,
That's my
not as aggressive.
Positive piece on that.
Some might say it looks like it's added on after.
Pep Boys.
Yeah, exactly.
It's this part. This is the part I don't like. It. That looks like...
I think that's kind of cool, but I'm also a little younger than you, so.
I wish it was molded or part of it that came in here. And the good news is, though, that you can see through the rearview mirror perfectly, and this does not get in the way at all. So I guess that's a big advantage. And I've already got little scratches on here, and all I've done is wash this car. Piano black. Oh.
Maybe you should put some PPF on it.
Oh, then I have to do the... Yeah, maybe.
It plays a little song for you when you get in.
Yes, it does. Type R thing comes on the dash. That's really nice. Okay. What do you think of the interior?
It's red.
It's very red.
If you don't notice that, you. Other than that, the shift knob is. It just looks really nice and it feels nice. What have you found over the last 1,000 kilometers for the shift knob?
You know what? I haven't been in a spot where it's been too hot, and it certainly hasn't been winter, so it's not going to be too cold. People complain about that. I'm good with that. Yeah. It feels very nice. It feels very S2000-esque, and we'll talk about that in the drive as well. The red, yes. I wish that the carpets were actually black, and the back seat was red. That's what I would have done as a design decision. Getting the red is just too hard. It's just very hard to keep clean.
Seats, what are your thoughts over the 1,000?
Okay. I love these seats. I can go nice and low as opposed to Fiestas or Focuses that we've owned. And so this can go low, and it's soft and it's holding. Like I've read that these are the best.
Mine are definitely on my Fiesta ST, definitely a little firmer than these ones. For me, being skinny, that's fine. For someone who's a little heavier.
Are you calling me fat?
Don't,
Wait.
Did you just call yourself fat?
I think I can get another person to do this with me.
Hey, I'm just a guest, so you can call in Kristen if you really want.
Oh, she may be more ruthless than you.
Exactly. I'm the nice one.
Yeah, seats are fantastic. Nothing about that. Alcantara on the. I really like this on the armrest and on the top of the glove box here or whatever. That's really nice.
You know, it said that these don't, the vents in the middle here, they don't let you adjust the amount of air coming out of them.
Beautiful design. Outside only, adjustable for volume. Inside they come, but whatever. And while we're talking about that, the climate control. At first I loved it.
Okay.
And now I'm not so sure. I love the fact that it has nice tactile buttons and you can hear the clicking and all that kind of stuff. Here's the problem. You hit auto. It doesn't tell you what it's doing. And sometimes in fall, we have to have defrost on, and it doesn't know that. And so if I turn one thing off, if I turn AC, I don't even know if AC is on or off right now. I can turn AC off, it still doesn't tell me where it is. If I now adjust the volume, the speed, now I can see the speed. And then I can adjust, like it seems like it's hiding all these things behind it.
Yeah, you think it would at least show you what it chose to do automatically.
So I know what it's doing. So that I don't like that. I think that was a miss on their part there.
A few quick little things. No USB-C with the USB ports. My 2014 has 2 USB ports, so we'll tell you that. There's no ports in the back, but realistically, who's going to be in the back of the car? You aren't taking your kids around in it.
You can buy these parts. I've seen people put them in, put the vents and the USB in there. But I'm hoping not to.
Manual seat controls.
Yeah, I kind of wish it was electric, but that adds weight. Yeah. Also, the fact that is no heated steering wheel, no heated seat, no sunroof, a lot of luxuries that wouldn't have added a lot of weight. I think I would have appreciated because I'm not tracking this car.
For sure. And the last and final worst thing in this car.
Okay, is it the last thing?
I don't know, but we're talking for a long time, so I had to get us moving. Okay. The parking brake. Where is it? Not here, clearly.
And I did find out if you push, it will come off automatically.
Okay.
If your seatbelt's on. I'm always in too much of a hurry, and I would have to always do it manually. But then someone told me, "Hey, wait! If you put your seatbelt on, then when it's on, you can just drive away." So that's pretty good.
For us in a flat province, you realistically could just leave it in gear 90% of the time. You don't need to hit the parking brake.
Nervous.
But how are you going to do sick drifts? I don't know, with an automatic parking brake.
You can't do it. I would never want maybe the snow. But I'm driving in the snow. This dash piece here is very nice. It's quite good. Home comes up quick. It has this cool, there's lots of things to adjust inside here. Honda Log R is really neat because you can get all these goofy pieces there and track.
Is your Apple CarPlay wireless?
It is wireless.
Okay, so realistically, you could drop your phone right here. It wirelessly charges. You don't, like USB-C here, it's not the end of the world.
That is true. Fair enough there.
Don't get me wrong. I mostly love this Type R. I've owned lots of cars, and this one ticks so very many boxes on my want list. Although we've talked through many of my concerns and wishes, there are a few I failed to remember while shooting this episode. Top tip, don't leave your shot sheet at home. So here are my bonus official 8 gripes. I really do think the car looks great from every angle, but one. And I did a photo shoot of it a few weeks back, if you want to check out that episode, if you're into car photography. But the car is plain too long, and the side view and proportions show that. I've seen a few AI versions as 2 doors, which were much shorter, and they looked really good. I realize this is no Bugatti, and I've seen this before on other cars, but the championship white paint has a slightly different hue on the plastics versus the metal. The adaptive cruise control is not nearly as smooth as our Outback. It breaks and surges and is kind of herky-jerky. I'm not sure, I think there's a fix in the works. This is nothing new to me, but the HomeLink button, mirror, is on all the time. We've had people break into windows to gain access to garage doors in the past, so thankfully I have a garage to keep both my cars in. I think it should only work with accessories on. I have already griped about the gap between the numbers on the speedometer, so I was pleased that Honda put a small red line where it believes the speed limit is. I say believes, because the car often does a goofy thing, where the camera has ascertained the speed limit signs correctly, but the red line is in a completely different spot. often 50 kilometers per hour higher. I'm still confused about the off data sharing. I had a warning on startup and definitely did not want to share my data with Honda, so I've delved into the menus and tried numerous ways of connecting the car so I could disable the warning. After many attempts using my phone and home Wi-Fi connection, I just couldn't get it to work. Anyone got a clue how to solve this? I've never had such sensitive door handle sensors in my life. Just touching to open or lock your car is sweet. However, when washing the car, I noticed they go on and off and on and off all the time when you pass the water over the handles. So now I leave the key fob in the house. This car is an odd way of handling auto high beams. In every car I've owned with this feature, the driver chooses high beams and the car knocks them down to regular when another car approaches. With this Honda, the car decides when to turn them on and when to turn them off, so they sometimes turn on when I don't want them to, like in residential areas.
Okay, Matt, it's time.
As a guest, I guess I have to go second.
I have it in comfort right now. I think we got to put it into individual, which I have Type R.
Wow, look at
Dash.
you go.
Which means the little LEDs will go across there. Well, I also have my
your
my
boost pressure and air intake temp.
All right, well, great clutch. Wait for that car to come by. Great clutch shifter. This is going to be really good things. Okay. Cuts off it. The beep, beep, beep. It's a pretty bumpy road, so I think comfort's probably pretty good.
I'm sure we'll have a disclaimer on the bottom of this video that it's not closed course, only driven by professionals.
This is bumpy. This is as comfort as it gets.
I didn't know what was coming.
Oh. Rev matching, that's really great. Don't have to worry about that. I need to hold on.
Yeah, you can hear it blip the throttle each time you're adjusting, and that's not you heel toeing it.
Nope. Oh. Handle's great. Hangs on. Shifter's fantastic. Seats hold me in. In terms of a driving experience, I can't complain about anything.
Yeah, no kidding. That it's a little faster than my Fiesta ST. I'll give you that.
Oh, really?
Just a little bit.
It also uses a lot more gas, I've noticed, than your Fiesta ST, and that's part of the
It's your summer car. You gotta you pay the price to enjoy. The exhaust noise sounds nice inside.
Yeah, it's fake.
It's fake.
I maybe we'll work on fixing that at some point, but right now.
Yeah, they could have done something where they pipe it directly in from the exhaust like they do on the Fiesta ST.
Yep.
But they decided to go the cheap way and go with a speaker.
One of my big complaints is if you have it, well, right now obviously I'm seeing my speed as a numeral.
Yeah.
If I have it on anything else, for example, if I have a Sport, it comes back to its regular speedometer eventually.
Yeah, but you also have the speed in the middle.
Yeah, I have to look at that. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
It's 40 kilometers between the numbers. I'm trying to figure out if I'm doing 90 kilometers an hour. I have no idea.
But realistically though, because the speedometer has 40 kilometers between the numbers, you can go up to 320 kilometers per hour in this car.
Getting your groceries.
Theoretically.
So I wish they at least would have the numbers on the little tabs between the numbers. I know it's aesthetic. That's an aesthetic choice. That is not a functional choice. And it bugs me that they did that because it makes it harder because I watch my dial more than I have to teach myself to look at the numbers. Apparently the stereo sounds really good. I'm not into listening to stereos, but people say it's really great.
Well, you can listen to the Bomber game really good if you're driving somewhere. Or the Jets game, but the Jets season will probably only begin as you're putting this car away.
That's true. Steering is really great. It feels a little heavy and it doesn't feel like there's a ton of feel in it, but that's all new cars, it seems. My Miata, I could feel a little bit more what the tires were doing. Yeah. That kind of stuff there. So, let's switch.
Okay, let's hope I don't crash it.
Parking brake, electric.
Oh. Ugh. I don't think I'm going to drive it as hard as you just
yeah,
drove
no,
it.
don't.
You scared me a little bit there.
But I've been on that fast already, on that road.
You only left me 3 bars of fuel. Come on.
Well, I knew I didn't want to let you drive it for a long time.
It's weird. With your shifter, it feels like you are up in a gear already. Like where it sits, I thought I was already in first there when I put the clutch in, which is not that, it shouldn't happen. And reverses down to the right. Okay, interesting.
Your parking brake's on, but it will come off automatically. Let's try it. Try it. And oh, there you go. So now I've learned a new party trick.
Have you found that the clutch has a certain point that you like? Is it biting early? Is it biting late?
It seems a bit. Oh, you tell me. It feels like it's in the middle. It feels.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
I never even had to think
agree.
about it. Whereas some cars you have to think about it. It's so low. It's like, oh, it grabbed right away. Or where is it? Oh, it's right at the top.
It's got a pretty big grab area. Like some cars, it feels very fast. This one, you've got enough room to feather it pretty good.
And if I had to boil it down, it's how everything works together.
I just looked in the middle of the dash. It shows you what's playing on your radio if you want.
You know what? I have like three songs.
Rockin' Around Mercy Me.
Christmas album. It's from my phone. I don't even listen to music. And I don't know. I have to figure out how to get rid of that. It has lots of options for individuality. I just wish it had some options for the exhaust individuality, so I could get rid of them instead of taking out the dash.
Yeah, this steering does feel heavy. You were talking about steering feeling heavy. It definitely does feel heavy.
Okay, and that's on sport. Hang on. We're now on comfort. Now, feel the difference?
A little bit different. Yeah.
Yeah, I found that. I now know where that rattle's coming from. It's from this seatbelt.
Let's go to the interlude of the show where Merlin finds something. Where Merlin finds something that is bothering him.
Well, I've been listening to it from there. Can't figure it out. So that's comfort. Now I'm gonna go to plus R.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's really tight.
Just listen. Okay, now I want you to feel. We'll go over some bumps here and compare it to Fiesta ST.
We'll see once we get to the train tracks and whatnot.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah, that
up is nice.
It makes it so much smoother while driving. Like when I'm downshifting, I'm not the best manual driver. Yeah, that's pretty similar to my car.
That's what it feels like.
It's easy to go fast in this car. If you told me we were going a reasonable speed, the speed limit of this road right now. If you told me we were going the speed limit of the road right now, I would believe you.
All right, I'm taking it off R. Or do you want to drive it R on the rough part?
I could do a little bit of that.
Okay, let's do it. We can drive it back over there again. There's another road I want to go on.
If I was telling you what speed I thought we were going, I'd say like 50 right now.
So you notice that on the other, it was giving us the speed limit in the middle of the dash. It reads the numbers. And it can totally get messed up. Sometimes it's 130 and it's 70. Well, if we're gonna die, at least we died well.
Yeah, I was taking it from third there. I want to take it a little bit lower, like second.
Okay.
See how it feels.
It's bumpy here. Isn't that crazy? There's no torque steer.
Yeah, no, it's right on the path.
Okay, I don't know what the Honda magicians did. There's something funny going on here.
Oh, yeah, that's super tight.
Okay, that's R. That's way too much.
The thing with the steering though, because it's heavier, it lets you hold through corners so much easier. Like I feel like my car is always darting around on the road. Your car is just set.
It feels, yeah. It's not as playful though.
It didn't beep at me there. It was interesting because it showed like the oranges and then it hit red. At what point does it beep?
Well, I don't know. This is the first time I've done this.
Well, there we are.
Brakes. What do you think about the brakes? Like they are very linear. They grab.
Oh yeah. Mine, actually, I think my brakes on my Fiesta are grab more aggressively than this car though.
Really?
Like this one's very linear.
Yeah.
But I don't like with this car, you start pressing the brakes, you don't go wham into the dash. With my car, I go wham into the dash if I haven't driven in a while. But
It's that time.
everybody's been waiting for it.
Turds, ice cream trucks. What are we giving this thing? You can start.
I'm thinking 5 turds, a really bad car, nothing good about it. All it does is
The
go
hell
fast.
I get.
But no, it's a 4.5 ice cream trucks. There's always room for improvement, and we've talked about some of those things on the drive, and we have a few more to mention here at the end.
As much as I don't want to agree with you, because it makes you think that you really know what you're talking about, I'm also giving it 4.5. And some of those things are no TPMS sensors in Canadian cars. You know, even the sensor-based ones with ABS, not on Canadian cars. And you know what? They're expensive tires. What if you all of a sudden have a leak in your driving? I don't like that. I don't like the fact that they cheapened out on some things that really weren't weight-saving. The back seat being black. They did take the seat out. Like if it's weight-saving, take the seat out.
Yeah.
Or no sunroof, no electric steering, heated wheel, no
electric seats, and
no heated seats, no USB in the back, no vents in the back. It seems like those were cost-cutting pieces, not performance-related pieces.
It's their highest end car. You got to go all in. If you're gonna cut stuff out, what's the point? Like Grandma's Honda Civic, that's what, 2022?
Yeah.
It has heated seats and heated steering wheel, and that thing was how much less than this car? $20,000?
Yeah, $20,000 less.
Come on.
And there's another reason I gotta take a little bit off, as these cars are expensive, and they're still front-wheel drive. I wish it was rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive still just seems to me not to be a performance kind of car, but it's a fantastic car, and they're rare in Canada. So I'm, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm super happy with it. It's really fun, and it goes.
One thing you forgot to mention is the wipers.
Oh, the wipers.
We
Oh,
don't
good
know.
gravy.
It's a warning. They have a built-in spray nozzle on the arm, which isn't directly in the blade. Our concern is the blade could be expensive, but based on the way it connects here and whatnot, I think it's a standard Costco
And you have to
wiper,
they have to be raised up to service them or get your snow or your leaves out of there. Otherwise you will hit the edge of the front here. There's lots of little things like that I haven't even mentioned. I'll maybe put them in some other pieces. Like little things where I go, I'm not too sure.
You got this car for a lot longer. Maybe you'll have to do a 25,000 kilometer
And
update
that
or something
spray,
like that.
on its first wipe, since it's connected to the blade, it washes over the side of the car. And so there's people who complain that they've used half of their reservoir, which is very small by the way, spraying the road beside them.
Well,
and I'm also a teacher, so I can't give 5s. It's just against the law, I think. I don't know. I never checked.
100% not happening.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. See you next time.